All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about how to transform your professional network from just a long list of names into, well, a powerful strategic asset. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You log into LinkedIn, you see hundreds, maybe even thousands of connections, and you just feel, well, nothing. It's a big number for sure, but does it actually do anything for you? Or, let's be honest, does it just feel like this giant, unmanageable list? Well, that feeling actually has a name. It's called network anxiety. It's that nagging voice in the back of your head that your connections are going cold, that maybe you're asking for too much or not giving enough, and that you're just not sure who you can really truly count on. And that's where opportunities just slip through the cracks. Okay, so let's tackle the first huge question. With all those contacts, where do you even begin? The key isn't to try and talk to everyone all the time. That's impossible. The key is to have a system, a triage system that tells you who needs your attention most urgently. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because there's actual science behind this. Professional relationships, believe it or not, have a half-life. Just like a radioactive element, their warmth decays over time if you don't do anything. And the data shows that without any contact, that warmth gets cut in half every 90 days, every 3 months. And this, wow, this really shows you just how fast that drop-off is. You start at 100%. After just 6 months of silence, you're already down to 25% warmth. And after a whole year, you're down to a tiny 6.25%. That warm connection has basically gone cold. This isn't just a gut feeling, it's a measurable reality. So this is exactly where a smart system changes everything. Instead of all that guesswork, a tool like this Half-Life Tracker does the heavy lifting for you. It's always monitoring how long it's been since your last interaction, and it flags the relationships that are in danger of decaying. And the way this becomes super actionable is with a simple zone system. Green means you're good, the relationship is healthy. Yellow is your warning sign, time to pay attention. And red, that's critical. These are the people you need to reach out to now before that connection completely fades away. Okay, so once you know who to talk to, the very next question is, what do you say? Is it the right time to ask for a favor, or should you be the one offering to help? This is really all about understanding and managing your social capital. The system uses a really simple points ledger to keep track of this balance. So, for example, if you make an introduction for someone, that's plus 10 points for you in that relationship. If you receive one, it's minus 10. Every little interaction, from giving advice to hosting a meeting, gets a value. And here's what that looks like in the real world. This Reciprocity Ledger gives you a clear visual score for every single relationship. So no more of that vague feeling, right? That, I think I owe them one feeling. The data tells you, black and white, exactly where you stand. This all boils down to 3 really simple statuses. If the balance is positive, in the blue, they kind of owe you. It's a great time to ask for help. If it's negative, in the red, then you owe them. It's your turn to find a way to add value. And if it's balanced, green, that's the sweet spot, a healthy two-way relationship. All right, now for our third question. And honestly, this might be the most important one. When you introduce 2 people, you're not just making a connection. You are putting your own reputation, your own judgment on the line. So how can you be absolutely sure you're vouching for the right person? Just think about it for a second. A bad introduction, it reflects poorly on you. It can seriously ding your credibility with both people involved. The stakes are really high, which means your confidence in the person you're vouching for needs to be just as high. So how in the world do you quantify something like confidence? Well, you break it down into 3 simple dimensions. First, their competence. Are they actually good at what they do? Second, their character. Are they reliable, trustworthy? And third, your connection quality. How well do you really know them and their work? What the system does is it makes this incredibly simple by forcing you to be honest with yourself. You just rate each of those 3 dimensions on a scale from 0 to 10. And just like that, you turn that vague feeling of trust into a concrete, actionable score. And the average of those ratings gives you your final Vouch Score, which falls neatly into one of 3 categories. A score of 8 or higher is a strong vouch. Go for it. Recommend them without hesitation. Between 5 and 7, that's conditional. You can probably vouch for them, but you need to add some context. And anything below a 5, the answer is clear. You just can't vouch for them. Okay, so we've got these 3 powerful frameworks. But here's the thing. None of this matters if it's too complicated to use. The real magic happens when you bundle all of this into a simple, repeatable, weekly habit that literally takes less time than watching an episode of your favorite show. A central dashboard like this one is what pulls it all together. You can see at a glance who's in the red zone, where your reciprocity stands with key contacts, and the overall quality of your network. It turns what feels like a chaotic chore into a clear, focused process. And here's the habit itself, just 30 minutes a week, broken into 3 tiny 10-minute blocks. On Monday, you focus on warming up 2 or 3 of those critical red zone contacts. On Wednesday, you proactively add value to a couple of people who have helped you out. And on Friday, you just review and update your scores. That's it. Simple. Answering these 3 core questions, who should I talk to now? Is it time for me to give or ask? And who can I truly trust? That's the whole ballgame. If you can master this, you unlock all that hidden power just sitting there in your network. Now, I want to be super clear about something because this is really important. This is not about being transactional or trying to game your relationships. It's about using data to help you be more thoughtful, more proactive, and just more intentional with the people you genuinely value. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. The ultimate goal here isn't to get a higher score on a dashboard. It's to build and maintain authentic, meaningful connections that actually last. This system is just a tool to help you focus your limited time and energy where it truly matters most. And when you do this, you make a fundamental shift. Your network goes from being this passive phone book you occasionally scroll through, and it becomes your single most powerful asset for finding new opportunities, solving tough problems, and building the career you want. So, I'll leave you with this question. Just thinking about everything we've talked about, who in your network is probably sitting in your red zone right now? Who is that one person who really needs to hear from you today?